Welcome, welcome, welcome back. And this is the TAKful Creator. If you didn't know before, now you know. Okay, so let's start with prayer. May God the Creator bless us. May God the Redeemer heal us. May God the Holy Spirit enlighten us. Give us eyes to see, ears to hear, and hands to do the work of God. Feet to walk the path of justice, and mouths to preach the good news. May the angel of peace, prosperity, love, abundance, guidance, mercy, grace, and assistance watch over us and lead us to the reign of God. Ashe, 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 ashe. Okay, so this reading, y'all, is for Aries. So in our general collective reading, Aries, this card had just kept falling out, kept making its appearance, and the energy was so notable in the reading that I said, you know what, Aries, you need a reading specifically for you. All right, so that's what we're doing right now. We're tapping into Aries energy. Of course, it's a general reading, general collective reading for our Aries, but just know that if you have Aries anywhere in your chart, if you don't have Aries in your chart visibly and it's in one of those backdoor charts, if you don't have it in your chart at all and you've ascended to the point where you're able to embody all of the astrological energies, congratulations to you. This reading might also be for you. Okay, I don't really believe in coincidences. I believe in irony. So there's always a flair for the dramatic, which means everything was meant to happen, whether or not it caught your attention. Okay? So we have two cards already out for our Aries. We have turquoise, and our turquoise energy usually shows the balance between the heart chakra, throat chakra, and third eye chakra, but then also the transition from emotional healing to external healing, right? Because emotional is internal, so internal healing to external healing, and vice versa, okay? Because external healing can show up as self-care. All right, so we're focused on what transition that's dealing with your chakras or your personal care right now, all right? Because you're beginning a cycle, and in you beginning this new cycle, you're taking a leap of faith, okay? And still we're here with this green energy because beginning the cycle is in a very earthy green, but then this leap of faith is more purple. It's like a purple pink, which means that you're going to, excuse me, you will need confidence. It will take confidence, but it would also take your ability to see yourself in the highest light and move like that. Okay, so how does a queen move like that? How does a king move like that? Okay, that's how you have to move in this beginning cycle, even though internally you might be nervous, anxious, you know, that solar plexus work needs some assistance, or you know, might be a little bit agitated, annoyed. Well, that root chakra might need more assistance. Or maybe you feel like you're out of place, you're not meant to be there. Well, your throat chakra would assist you in knowing your better place, but if that's blocked, then I'm sure your crown chakra will be blocked too, and that is really offering you the information on whether your personal frequency aligns with the crystalline structure beneath you. Okay, because if it doesn't align with the energy of earth beneath you, you won't be able to successfully take in the messages. All right, it's all about frequencies. So let's see what else we need to know for our Aries. You're beginning a cycle. Congratulations. I just want you to be the most prepared for this cycle. Okay, pretty please. Maybe there's some kind of begging. Here's this red, and we talked about the root chakra. So there's pretty please energy. Pick up 3. Because there's something that you may not be receiving, which is the reason why you're beginning this new cycle. Okay, brown. Elephant. Revenge. Okay, so Aries, as a fire sign, you know, red is usually your color. But here, the red is more contingent with the possibility for revenge to turn out hectic, turn out chaotic. What does that mean? Okay, so a lot of the time when people are like, oh, I'm going to seek revenge, the revenge is on one energy, and then that person just has to deal with this cloud of negativity, and you get to sit there with popcorn and watch. But I'm sensing here more like the cool breeze. You kind of have to cool yourself down, because your vengeful nature, the revenge that you want to happen, will actually hurt you more in this beginning cycle than anyone else. So being in Aries, being a hothead, you have to kind of ground yourself, calm this red energy that you have. Maybe go for a walk. Don't let your mind remember all of the nitty-gritty details on what is forcing you to separate or what is causing you some kind of agitation, right? Kind of let your mind be blank. Because in you beginning this new cycle, you have to remove the emotional attachments that you had to the version of you that accepted those horrific cycles that you were a part of, that, you know, caused you annoyance, caused you personal issues, but also gave you personal growth, right? Personal triumph. Okay, we call those canon moments, but it's a little bit too coined right now on TikTok for my liking. Because basically your whole childhood is a canon moment, so you keep talking about, like, you know, everything's a canon moment. Who cares? What are you supposed to do with these canon moments? That's what's important. Okay, do not engage. So just like we said, this agitation as an Aries, do not engage in anyone that can trigger you to want revenge, trigger you to be in a frequency that would accept causing someone some kind of ailment. All right. And I hate to be the person to be like, oh, forget about it. Like, don't forget about it, because where you forget, it causes history to repeat itself, right? But in essence, like, literally treat this scenario you're getting out of, because again, you're leaving a scenario to take a leap of faith by starting something new, which means you're leaving everything in the dust. You're not taking anything with you. You're not even a thought process. Okay? As a spider, you're normally manifesting what you're feeling, what you're thinking, because you need to learn the lessons from it. But as this very astute and mature Aries already peeped, it's like, no, we learned the lessons. We're going to remove ourselves so we don't have to waste time. Waste developmental time, right? Being a health aide or someone who's a secretary or administrator at a place that health aides work, or so it could be like a hospital, it could be like a counselor center, it could be like a gym, because they have nutritionists and everything at a gym. Maybe at like a doctor, nurse, maybe a secretary at one of those, like you know, specific offices. What is, like, an endocrinologist or a gynecologist, or, you know, the specialty doctors, right? So I'm gauging more like, maybe this is all going to happen at a place like that, or it's going to make you want to go to a place like that. It's going to make you want to seek revenge like that, or seek revenge on someone who works at a place like that. Okay. Juneteenth is this weekend. Yay, right after Father's Day. 17th through the 19th, excuse me, where chocolate people get to celebrate their independence, which is separate from the America's independence, because while all the vanillas were out here high-fiving each other, they said, well, you know, there was still a group of people who were technically larger than us and more chocolate than us in complexion, that, in a sense, to them at the time, didn't deserve to be considered a whole person. So now that we can be considered a whole person with the same organs and body parts, we can be considered a whole person now. Now we get to celebrate. But no, we don't celebrate at the same time as all the Caucasians that decided their freedom, separate of ours, was more important, even though we're all in this together, when it came time for war, right? It wasn't just your white bodies out there dying. It was definitely the ancestors, my ancestors' black bodies dying out there too. It's very interesting how that concept is just ignored. Whatever. Because now we have a day where we can celebrate us. And even though we have to share it with the LGBT, and we got to share it with Father's Day, and we got to share it with all these other things, at least there's a day that is specific to us, right? I mean, everyone celebrates Cinco de Mayo. I know, because it's my birthday. Everyone celebrates Cinco de Mayo, right? You're not Mexican, but you celebrate it. All right, now congratulations. You can now celebrate Juneteenth. Oh, no, no, no. You talked about black people and watermelon all year. You better eat nothing but watermelon, corn, and mac and cheese. Is that fried chicken or is that chicken baked? You better have some fried chicken. Whatever stereotype you want to think of, okay, do it on that day. Yep. I better not see... no Chinese food for you on Juneteenth. I don't see you eating beef stew on Cinco de Mayo. I see you eating tacos. So I will appreciate you respecting my culture just like you respect their culture. And technically, even though my people are more from here than any other people, none of our people are technically from here, even though we all celebrate each other. You get what I'm saying? All right. Now that technically society gets a day off, congratulations to you. I think it's so cute now that, you know, we get off for Juneteenth. It's like, yeah, put us in a month with everybody else, but we get a day off and you don't get a day off on Mother's Day or Father's Day. It's funny. But then you're forced to have kids because you know how the government likes to sign away women's rights. Like they did the black people because we were 3/5 at one point. Complications may arise. Yeah, league rules. Yeah, you know. Let me get back to the reading. Let me definitely get back to the reading. Yikes. Yikes. Yeah, talk about vengeful, moving in this reverse Scorpio vibe. For sure. Sex worker, tower moment, ladybug, divine unrest. Okay, so you're receiving some kind of spiritual unrest because someone wants to say that you are promiscuous. And if you are, if you're not, if you do it for work, if you don't do it for work, at the end of the day, it's none of their business and they should keep their mouth shut. It's leaving someone or multiple people stressed, and it's going to require some kind of purity. Right now, this purity can happen at... well, we see the night school, so I'm getting at night, but it really can happen at any point that you want to call night. So let's say, you know, you normally go to sleep at 5 p.m. That's not technically night, but if that is your time to go to sleep, that is your version of a night. And what you're doing is purifying your system by allowing your circulatory system to, for one, move all that fluid in your body and then collect in your lymphatic system whatever toxins it needs to purge. So when you wake up or while you're sleeping, you're sweating it out, you know, you get to release the things that no longer serve you. In most cases, you know, the liquid that leaves your body is symbolic to negative mind states, negative ideas, experiences being purged from you. Okay, so that's why you see like a lot of people who work out and they really big exercise buffs, they have so many affirmations, they tend to like speak aggressively positive, and it's because that is also the energy that allows them to boost their energy while pushing all of these toxins out. Okay, so there's something in your physical state. You may need to look around. Maybe someone's lost and receives a lack of luck somewhere. Maybe someone lost something and they need a bit of lavender to kind of calm them down because they're pissy, right? I'm also getting maybe someone who is pregnant is, you know, peeing a lot because, you know, it's pressing on their bladder, but that's a part of their tower moment. Don't think about it too much. Birds of a feather flock together, and I'm getting more of like these birds act like birds. Okay, they're really repulsive. They like to go shopping too much. They are really focused on their intuition, so that's where their psychic gifts are, right? They want to tap into kind of what you're doing and how you're doing it in a way that doesn't allow you to offer the information. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of like stealing the information from you. And this energy is kind of like a mom, or someone who wants to be like a mom, someone who wants to be motherly with you in a way that's kind of toxic, right? Because then he get this complications arise because people are not seeing the pros and cons in situations. They're pushing one scenario only. Okay, and when you only push one scenario, it doesn't offer the flexibility that is necessary to treat each person individually. If I said, oh, you all are the same, let's fix your problems, I'm pretty sure 50 or 60% of the group won't trust that I can fix their problem, because they know that their problem is not identical to everyone else, and universally we can tell there's no universal fix. Okay, so it's really about being able to see and separate not in a way to scrutinize or criticize, but see and separate in a way to balance what we should keep and let go of what no longer is necessary. Why? Because that's causing the imbalance, right? It's going to take personal power. It's going to take you having the ability to see what's in the 3D and then also see what's in the 5D and have it work in connection with each other. Okay, so there's a perfectionist person here that is kind of really sifting through, you know, the memories that they had or the experiences that they had to cause the canon moments. You know, that's what they're thinking about. That's what the garage energy is. It's all the canon moments that was led until this time, you know, that led up into this. And they're calling out angels. They're calling out specific angels. Angels for guidance, angels for protection, angels for healing, and angels for remembrance. They're calling on like Archangel Metatron so that they can, you know, see the memory a little bit more objective than how they remember it, so that they can reestablish feelings. Like, I'm seeing true deep healing, maybe generational healing that's taking place, but that's all because this Aries is moving away from this vengeful light. Okay, the Aries sees the Tower moments as windows opposed to doors, right? The Tower moment, it's transparent. You can see why it's happening, where it's happening, what's on the other side of it. Whereas a door is a bit more ambiguous. You can't see with your initial sense what's going on. Your initial sense is usually sight. Okay, because that's the one, like your sixth sense and your sight are the only two that you can, in a sense, feel without being in immediate contact with it. Okay, like you can see over yonder, but you may not be able to touch over yonder. You can have some kind of intuitive information about what's happening over there, but you may not be able to taste it, type of thing. Okay, so, you know, unless you have these other psychic gifts, but I'm gauging one energy here doesn't really have those psychic gifts. Okay, and on a Saturday into a Sunday, people are going to really see this shimmer glimmer pop, because then we have this early mid Saturday. Okay, and that's going to be a little bit more casual, but this Saturday night is really when this person's essence, like their true authentic self, is going to show in a way that is like, no, this is my new beginning. I'm doing it in this way. It is meant to benefit me and the people around me. And if you can't see that, then you are not meant to be a part of it. And in that moment, the energies around you will be called to respect what's going on or be called to remove themselves. And it just will be that simple for you. But there's so much build up until that moment happens. Okay, so remember, do not engage in whatever, you know, negativity that's being thrown your way. This vengeful light, run away from it. Cancel it. Okay, you know, this is a predictable cycle. You know how people they're too big for their britches type of thing. You know, that they say a little bit more than what they're physically going to do, because people are all talk. All right, at the end of the day, you are going to have inner and external peace, inner and outer peace. You don't really have to worry about it. Okay, so pay attention to your guiding light. You're getting props and acknowledgement from not only the people in the 3D, but you're also getting it from the energies in the 5D, including the divine. And just know that whatever karmic relationships around you will be released. Now, the karmic relationships could be positive and they will continue with you, but the karmic relationships that are negative, those are going to be the ones that will be released. Okay, not all karma is bad, but the karma we are talking about right now can turn really bad if certain energies aren't paying attention to their guiding light. Okay, so on that note, I wish you all the best. I'll see you soon. Until the next.